Yeah, I think I hear a lot of the conversation around our culture and the shifts that need to take place around toxic masculinity and maybe patriarchal men. I think not really taking into account that all of us have been raised in the same society. And I think there are a lot of ways that our society is changing structurally that we don't really have a blueprint for what that looks like in terms of relating to one another. So, if the societal template previously had been that in heterosexual dynamics, a man was meant to be sort of dependent on the woman in his life for his connection to emotions and meaning, women were meant to be dependent on men for their economic security. And as it has changed in a beautiful way, that women are no longer dependent on men for economic security, we don't have a lot of ways that we've talked about what men are meant to be in terms of how they relate to the women in their lives, right? And I think there's a lot of ways that men are feeling really lost and just not valued societally. And, I think I certainly value men. I have a little boy, and I think it's just really important that we start to say, we've really been fed a lot of templates about who we have to be for one another, but it's like, who do we want to be as we're evolving? I think there's sort of what I like to talk about as the protect, provide, procreate template that we give men in terms of where their value resides. And I think if we really look at that, that's so much about like an external focus on who I am for other people, but not really being in an intimate relationship with myself. And I think we don't really teach men what that looks like or how to do that. And so when I think about, what I hope for our men in the future is that they are more than just what they are able to provide for a family, that they actually get to be in intimate relationship with themselves in a way that they can be proud of and feel good about who they are.